Hey, everybody. Attention, please, real second. All right, so hi. Thank y'all. Welcome y'all, everybody here. We appreciate everybody coming. If you don't know me, my name is Brian Street. I'm former director of Redcoat Challenge for the first 5 years of it. I'm currently the social media director for Bluebonnet Brew-Off, though. This is my partner, Josh Hayes. He's our social media with Denton County Homebrewers Guild. We just wanted to say welcome and thank y'all. Last year, we kind of did a thing where we just talked for a little bit before we did the awards, and we're not going to actually present the awards this year. We'll give you your medals, but we like talking, so we want to stand up here and say hi. That's all.
Tony wouldn't let us because we had entries in.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to do give out medals because we're in every category, blah blah blah. So
Tony is the boss,
yeah.
Other than the other boss. But
so if you haven't seen him yet, that's Tony. We'll talk. He'll be up here in a little bit. He's the director for Redcoat Challenge this year, Texas Redcoat Challenge. Done a great job. Had all you guys show up. We got people up here from San Antonio, multiple other clubs here. San Antonio Cerveceros, Horseman the Apocalypse, North Texas Homebrewers. Is Cap'n here? Oh, Cap'n here. Hey, there they are, sneaking in there. All right. Cap'n here is here. So we appreciate all you guys showing up. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're from CIA?
CIA? Oh, dude.
Cheers.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I get that too. I'm tri-club curious. I'm a member of Horseman and North Texas Homebrewers, and if Cap and Hare would meet sometime other than the weekdays, I would be a 4-club member. But just saying. Fair enough. You know what? I accept that. I accept that. That's okay. I can do this all day, brother.
I would like to piggyback on that. Yes, welcome. Thank you, all members from other clubs, folks that traveled from out of town. It's truly an honor that y'all would drive. I grew up in the Houston area, so I can't. I'm not surprised anyone would want to leave Houston.
Yeah, there you go.
Any opportunity they get. But to be fair, there's not much to do in DFW. It's pretty common criticism. Dallas is kind of a boring place, but but that gives us more time to brew beer, right?
This is true.
And I was thinking about that, and it occurred to me, that's kind of like England. There's nothing to do. It's kind of a boring place. I mean, there's certainly no food to eat there, right?
Hey.
So you're sitting around. You might as well brew beer. So Dallas does have good beer. That's one thing that we can claim, and so I'm happy to be able to say that. So I wanted to just talk about a few things, a brief history of time, if you will, and please indulge me as I just talk about some of my own brewing history. I started in 2015, so I'm coming up on it'll be 10 years at the end of this year. So it was I showed up at our meeting in 2015, and I was a saison guy. I just brewed a bunch of saison. Almost every batch that I brewed was a saison, and I loved it. And I regret none of those saisons. But
especially not last Bluebonnet where you got the Stein for it, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So anyway, Brian had this idea for Texas Redcoat Challenge. Okay, and I said, holy crap, I have to brew to style now. I have to start brewing English beers. These are styles that I've never brewed before. And I'm honestly thankful, thank you, for forcing me to become a better brewer and getting into brewing to style. And at this point now I'm part of MHP and I'm going down the list towards working towards getting master. So thank you. But why did you have to go with a British competition?
Because those are the best beers.
Why couldn't we do a lager competition, right? So anyway, Texas Redcoat does have one lager category. We in brag it if you add honey to your lager, but anyway, the New Zealand Pils definitely makes
because we are a British brewing competition. We're not an English brewing competition.
Yeah.
So we encompass the entire Commonwealth.
Yeah.
So that's why New Zealand Pils, Australian Sparkling, things of that nature are in there. Because people have asked.
I would point out that English food. It's so bad it would make you want to sail across the entire world.
I mean, look, I personally like English food, but it is amazing that in an empire where the sun never sets in the British Empire, They get all those spices,
Yeah.
and they never use any of them hardly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of amazing, but that's okay.
You know, yeah, and on that note, like the English, they really perfected the whole, like, we're going to go over here, we're going to maybe steal an idea, we're going to possibly integrate it into our own. So, you know, modern England, you know, they've got just amazing Indian food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking about that, and that's another thing that, you know, America really, you know, we English immigrants came to America, we you know, that's our heritage.
Yeah. Some of us were forced over here, by the way.
Yes.
Come from indentured servants from Scotland because we lost too many wars, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I'm wrapping
The
it up.
story of human history.
But anyway, you know, the Americans really perfected this whole idea of fusing things. We've got Tex-Mex,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, I appreciate the jumping off point that that we as Americans can really enjoy coming from our you know in English history of going out and finding delicious foods elsewhere, and now we get to take those flavors and begin our own creative riffs on them. And that's
So if you don't, he's really into the food stuff also because if you follow the Iron Mash, Josh usually comes up with a lot of our food stuff. He's our food pairing, food guru guy for all of that stuff right there. So, but
I'm just hungry.
yeah. If you go and look at the Redcoat website, it will tell you kind of the history of the Redcoat, and Tony will talk on it here in a little bit, I'm sure. But it also goes into where we came up with the idea for it, of British brewing being the original brewing tradition of America, and that was kind of our goal to make sure we're capturing that and honoring it and bringing it back, so to speak. That's what homebrewers do. We come up with the weird, obscure styles that everybody quit brewing or fall out of favor, and then we recapture them and rebrew them and make them stuff that everybody wants to enjoy.
Yeah.
That was kind of our thing there, because you know, America right now, honestly, talking about America exporting itself, craft beer culture in Great Britain has become very kind of Americanized. They're taking all the New World hops, turning everything up to 11, and a lot of the classic English styles are kind of falling by the wayside. So competitions like this, homebrewers, all you guys out there, you're all part of the effort to preserve the history. So be proud of what you're doing. Thank you all very much, everybody here, everybody online. That's all you guys. We'll keep it going. So that's it.
A toast.
Slancha.
Lancha.
And I guess we're done.
You guys
We're getting the
ready?
hook from the side, so we're going to turn it over to Tony, the director for this year. So thanks, guys.
Good job, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me, Natalie? Am I on there? All right. Wow. Hey, good to see you all. I know Josh had mentioned earlier something about the clubs. By the way, my name's Tony Silvera. I am this year's competition coordinator and a member of the Denton County Homebrewers Guild. It's been quite a pleasure working on this competition this year. I have a lot of thanks to give out because it was my first competition, and I had a lot of help from a lot of people in this room, so you may hear your name being called. I did want to go back just really quick because I was kind of freaking out getting everything set up here, and I didn't get to see everybody as they came in, so just kind of show of hands. So where's the cerveceros? There we are. All right. CIA. There we go. Cap and hair. All right. Horseman. North Texas. Woo! All right, there we go. Okay, good deal. And then, of course, we in green are the Denton County folks. So, yeah, woo! All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here because I know your time's precious. So here's kind of the agenda for the day, right? I'm going to do a quick history on this. I want to spend some time saying thank you. In my previous life, before I spent more time homebrewing than working, I used to be an engineer, so there will be charts and things in here. Sorry. My wife's like, you just can't help yourself, can you? I'm like, I can't. I haven't done a PowerPoint in like a year. 8 result slides that we'll go through because there were 8 tables. And then we'll have the best of show presentation. There's our best of show trophy with the who's underneath there. and then some closing comments and some more thank yous. So with that, hopefully everybody out there in internet land can see and hear okay. So first, welcome to the Texas Redcoat Challenge. This was founded in 2019. It's conceptualized by Brian, as he mentioned. He was really into British stuff, brewing in Texas, a lot of German, but also a lot of British. Little small story, Jennifer and I lived in Chicago for 10 years. We lived here, and then we moved up there for 10 years, and we recently came back. Does anybody know what the very first beer that it's the barrel-aged? Yeah, the guys that make BCS, Goose Island, what their very first beer was? Honkers Ale. It was just a good old-fashioned bitter. So that built a beer empire out of that simple style of beer. So Sierra Nevada Pale Ale was founded very much on some of similar things. So there is a lot of roots in British brewing that are important in the industry, and this kind of helps represent some of that. So this competition is part of the North Texas circuit, which I think is 3 years old. Is that right, Jared? So thanks to Jarrett and John and the Horsemen that keep the North Texas circuit going and all the clubs here. The North Texas circuit, if you're not aware, there are 6 different competitions in it. I've listed them out here, but they each kind of have a different focus. So that's what's kind of neat about it. Is they're not all 500 comps with all 41 styles. Each one has a focus. So we've got Celtic, we've got session beers, we've got American focus, German, Belgian, mead, and of course we've got the British styles there. So it's kind of fun, and I'll have a little update towards the end here on how that's going. This competition here has grown from 40 entries to we capped 100 this year. That's very exciting. If we can keep this momentum going, maybe we'll get a little bigger next year. But that's thanks to everybody in this room who participated. We also started a new partnership this year with North Texas Homebrewers Association. Previously, Jarrett and the Horsemen had been hosting us on their BCOEM. Now we're on the same BCOEM server as Bluebonnet. So we're independent now, and that kind of helps with the North Texas circuit being able to run competitions in parallel. So that's pretty exciting. And as I said, we're excited about future growth opportunities. And again, thank you all for participating. All right, first set of thank yous. Yes, I'm an engineer. Yes, I use acronyms. So if you see one up there that you don't know what it means, ask me. But DCBC, that's where we are right now. Denton County Brewing Company. We'd like to thank them. Seth isn't here right now. He's the owner and head brewer, but this has been our home for a while. They're incredibly kind to us. They let us use this space for our regular club meetings and for this. And so they're really great folks. So do buy their beer and donate to their causes if you can. They have a little roundup thing for water, which is a good foundation. I also want to thank the homebrew stores, North Texas Homebrew Supply and Brewhound. North Texas in particular, because they accepted shipping. So if you shipped beers, they signed for them and they got them, and that was really helpful. So thanks to the homebrew stores. I do want to call out Jimmy Orkin and the NTHBA guys for putting us on their server, teaching me how to use it. Jimmy was kind of like my little guardian angel. He'd like call me like on a Wednesday. He's like, hey, did you know this is going on your site? I'm like, no. He's like, you need to fix that. So he's been really good. He's really helped me a lot. And also Jarrett and John for counsel. They let me stand beside them when we checked in for Spirit so I could kind of see the mechanics of how this goes. So really it speaks to the North Texas homebrew community here and helping each other so that we all have really good competitions for anybody that enters. So I want to say thank you to all you guys that helped me and us along the way. So thank you. And then lastly, the homebrew clubs that have participated and supported, and judges. And although he's not a North Texas judge, I do want to call out Chris Daly. For whatever reason, he happened to be coming up this way, and I'm like, I need a judge. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. So he stepped in to help judge as well. So thank you, Chris, for being part of this. All right, here's a little overview. Entries, as I mentioned, we hit our maximum in about a week. which is pretty good. I think for most competitions, if you don't get there in a week or 10 days, you're probably stall out. And that's kind of a good way to judge what your response is. So that was pretty exciting. We did hit our 100 target, and 96 of those entries actually arrived. There were 4 that withdrew, and those folks were kind enough to let us keep the money. So thank you. We need it. We had 43 different brewers, and a brewer could also be a team from 16 clubs, and we spanned 8 states in this competition. That was pretty cool. There was an entry from Minnesota, an entry from California, an entry from New York, and a lot from Texas and the surrounding area. So pretty exciting on that, and I hope we deliver good quality judging and feedback to those folks, and next year they want to do it again. A little bit on the tables and judging. This competition has 8 tables, as you can see from our little medal array here. We had 3 judging locations here in Denton, North Texas, and the Horseman at Jarrett's house, so thank you for that. So that really helped out. I had a much longer window set up for judging because I was a little nervous about being able to parallel judge, and thanks to the folks in North Texas, they really came together and helped hammer this out. So I want to say thank you. We had 19 judges, and we also had 5 support staff and volunteers to help with check-in and running and labeling and all kinds of things. And without those 24 people, this doesn't happen. So, we'll flash their names up here in a bit. All right, engineering nerd alert. Get ready, and there will be a quiz afterwards. So actually, I just wanted to kind of dimensionalize this a little bit. What I thought here was interesting about the entries per brewer, right? In some of these larger competitions, you see people submitting 10, 12, whatever the max is. And so for a 100 beer competition, there could literally have been 5 or 6 people that ran the whole thing, but that wasn't the case. We had 43 different brewers. More than 50% were in the 1 or 2 beer category. So, that's pretty cool. There were a couple heavy hitters, and you all know who you are. But I think overall it was pretty good distribution. 1, 2, and 3 beers was most of it, so that's pretty good. Categories. There were 8 tables. If I had asked you for a raise of hands here, you probably would have guessed, but bitter was the big one. And as Brian mentioned, some of the British styles now, the Golden Ale and the Commonwealth Pale Beers was the second largest one. So a lot of folks in that. And then, smaller was kind of Scottish. And actually the stouts was a little on the small side as well, relative to the table side. So kind of interesting things to think about, as you're like thinking next year and I want to enter, make a stout, make a Scottish beer. I'm telling you. Another thing, I haven't seen this before, so if this is a no-no, somebody will tell me, but I kind of looked at what the scores were across the different categories, to kind of get a feel for kind of the quality not only of the beers, but also the judges. And what we saw here is when you look at each of these categories, the British beers are on the left, the bitters on the left, with the meads on the far right. Everything was in the mid to upper 30s. So good quality beers coming across. And, if you kind of, these days, I think so many folks are thinking about MHP, and the only 2 numbers they know is 38 and 43. But if you actually read your BJCP judging form, there are these ranges in here, and a very good beer starts at 30, right? So that means pretty much, within standard deviation, 90% of our beers were in the very good to excellent category. So that's encouraging, and it speaks to kind of the quality of home brewing, not only in Texas, but those other states that ship things in. And I can say feedback from the judges were, wow, some of these, the mini bosses were really difficult. So that too is exciting. If you've been homebrewing for a while, 8 to 10 years, you may have participated in a judging 8 to 10 years ago, and half the beers you dumped out. So it's exciting to see the quality of beers that are happening these days. So just a little snapshot of what we saw in this competition. Next, judges and staff, and thank you. All the folks up here. I love this, right? Last year in this competition, I helped out a little bit because I entered like all the categories, so I couldn't do a lot of judging. This list would have fit on one side of the slide. So for all the folks that stepped up and helped out from the various different clubs, whether you judged, whether you stewarded, helped out and check in, I want to say thank you. So I'll look at my wife and say, not bad, huh, compared to my normal speaking cadence? Because the next slide is where the money stuff starts. All right. So I think we have good walkways here. These guys are going to do medals. This is 11. Mead's closest to you, so we'll start this way, go that way. Bottom up. Don't look. Don't look.
Okay.
All right. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this. With the first place blue ribbon medal also comes this cool carved magnetic bottle opener that one of our members, T. Michael Miller, who's now comfortably retired in Florida, made these for us. And he's watching, I hope, good. Made these for us and sent them over. So a little handmade, recognition for the first place winner. I know people do tap handles and different things, but we thought this would be kind of a fun little thing. So with the blue medal comes that.
Machine that we got a few years back, yeah.
All right. So our first table. Oh, by the way, one other funny little story here. After I built this slide deck, I realized BCOEM has its own built-in slide maker, which probably would have saved me about 9 hours of slide making. But, once you're in, you can't go back. So here we go. Handmade slides by me. So our very first award, third place in the British bidder category from the Horsemen of the Apocalypse with a best bidder with the name of Best of Bidders. We have Mr. Long and Mr. Bates. Our silver medal from Cap and Hair, a strong bidder by the name of Shepherd's Crook, Steve Brown, who's not here. Why don't you, if you'd like to grab them, or...
Yes, unfortunately, I'll do that. There you go.
All right.
I know that struggle. Yeah, he's good. A lot of friends. Always
All right.
I know.
And our gold medal winning beer from the San Antonio Cerveceros. Could be one of these people out here. With an ordinary bidder by the name of just a wee bidder, Ben Sensendiver. There we go. And I will send this out, by the way. So, what's that? Yes. Oh, and by the way, if there is a team medal, Jarrett, for example, I've got those. I'll get those to you afterwards. So don't worry. This was one of Brian's thing is teams should always have 2 medals. So that's kind of one of the things that we want to do. All right, the Pale Commonwealth category. The gold medal, sorry, bronze. I'm slightly colorblind. From Denton County with a British golden ale by the name of Sister Hair Golden Surprise. That was mine. So, thank you very much. The silver medal from North Texas Homebrewers Association with an English IPA by the name HMS Scurvy, Doug Hicks. Congratulations, Doug. And our gold medal, also from Denton County Homebrewers Guild, with an Australian sparkling ale by the name of Aussie Cowboy Water, Brian Street. Sorry, yes, and Keith and Natalie Green as well. I meant to get that in here. And we have medals for you guys too. Okay, the next category, Brown British. In third place, from the San Antonio Cerveceros, with an English porter on the dark side, Chris Daly. And our silver medal from the Horsemen, with a dark mild, by the name of Milo, Jarrett Long and John Bates. And our gold medal goes to someone from the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. By the way, you might be figuring out who entered 7 beers. With an English porter, all dark on the port side, Jarrett and John. Nicely done. All right. TRC 4, the Strong British Beer. In third place, from the San Antonio Cerveceros, with a British Strong Ale, 17 Ale Mary, Thomas Musquiez. Silver medal from BAM, or the Bay Area Mastronauts. English barley wine, Bombshell barley wine, Travis Cherry. I don't think we have any BAMs. Yeah, if you set those over here, I'll get them shipped. Oh, sorry, I was a little slow on the finger there. All righty. And our gold medal, Strong British Beer, also from the San Antonio Cerveceros, English barley wine. I haven't felt a present like this since Chris Daly. All right, look at that. We're halfway done. Want me to slow down, make it more dramatic? That was a good part. All righty. TRC 5, Scottish Ale. In third place, from the Denton County Homebrewers Guild, with a Scottish heavy, Alba Gubroth, however you pronounce that, Gunnar Johnson. Good job, dude. Thanks. And our silver medalist, from the Dallas Homebrew Collective. I didn't ask about that. Any Dallas Homebrew Collective folks here? Hey! Scottish Heavy. Sneaky Pete Scottish Heavy. You wouldn't happen to be Reed Smaller, would you? All right. Congratulations. I didn't know we had a Dallas Homebrew Collective. That sounds cool. All right. And our gold medal entry. Anybody want to put bets down here? No. From the Horsemen, but it's not who you think. With a Scottish Light, A Brave Retreat by Brave Sir Robin, Greg Smith. Well done. All right. Irish Ale. In third place, from Denton County Homebrewers Guild, with an Irish Stout named Black Hole Sun. That'd be me. Thank you very much. Rig. All righty. And the silver medal from North Texas Homebrewers Association, Irish Red Ale by the name of Mad Irish Spouse, Terry Ollinger, who's not here, but I'll take that one actually because I'm going to go see those guys on Tuesday. Oh, click. Thank you. It's, yeah, in Tuesday. All righty. Sheesh. And our gold medal Irish beer from the San Antonio Cerveceros. See, I knew I would pronounce it correctly. It was in here a lot. With an Irish stout, craftily named Gyrish Stout, Guy Wilson. Click. Thank you. I should have gave you the clicker. Yeah. All right. Dark British beer. Let's see. All right. Different color on that screen. Our bronze medal from the Dallas Homebrew Collective, Sweet Stout, Baby's First Milk Stout, Reed Smaller. Excellent. Silver medal, Denton County, Oatmeal Stout, named Sergeant Pepper's Oatmeal Stout. That one's mine too. Thank you. And our gold medal goes to, from Cap and Hair, a Foreign Extra Stout, Three Kings Extra Stout, Carl King. All right, we are on our last table. Braggot, Cider, and Perry. I do want to thank, by the way, Jarrett and John. John is a certified mead judge. Meads are always difficult, and I want to thank those guys for taking on this category because lots of beer judges around, not so many in the mead and cider category. So thank you guys for helping us with this one. And in third place, from Denton County Homebrewers Guild, with an English cider, Eve's Nectar, and Tia Herman. I hear Aunt Tia has to work today, so at least her hubby gets to bring home some hardware. All righty, and our silver medal, also from Denton County Homebrewers Guild, with an English cider, Daisy Deb's English Cider, yes. Bryan Street, and the Green family. Excellent work. All righty, and our last, bless you, Josh, our last gold medal for the afternoon, it's kind of funny, from the Inland Empire Brewers. Anybody know where the Inland Empire is? Yeah, so it's a thing I know from my old history at work. There was a geography called the Inland Empire. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I know where that is. An English cider, Roxy Poxy and her apple tree, Jason Dunn. Yes, I'll take those. All righty. So, again, now I want to pause for just a sec. I won't pull the chart back up, but all of these, right? These were the medal winners of a category that was averaging 30 to 35 points across all. So most of these winners, I peeked at some of the score sheets, were 39, 40 plus. So very, very good quality from first to third was way up there. I know the mini bosses were difficult. So for everybody that has a medal in their hand, it was a really tight competition, and those were all great beers, ciders, and meads. So fantastic. Which leads us to this one. So yeah, you're going to have to unsheath that, and then it's just got some Scotch tape on the side. You may turn it towards you and unpeel it. So I will say, or you can just tear the white paper off. I observed yeah, that's why. Yeah. I observed the Best of Show judging. I also want to thank our Best of Show judges who are not here. I was very fortunate to be able to get 3 professional brewers to be the Best of Show judges. So Seth was a judge, Cody Bell, who's the Director of Brewing Operations at Union Bear, and Toasty and Zvold from Toasty Bros. Those 3 came in along with Josh, so we would have 4 to do the Best of Show judging. And we did it right out here. I had it all set up for them, and it was a very intense session. So every one of these first place winners was in there. So there was a lot of dialogue about closeness to style and wow factor, and again, having pro brewers do this judging was really exciting. So have I built enough drama yet? Okay, good. All right. And so, without further ado, the winner is Jarrett Long and John Bates. Jarrett, nice job. I will say, when the results post up to BCOEM, their built-in deck does show an honorable mention, so I'll just tell you who it was, but I don't have it in my slides. But Chris Daly, your barley wine, it was I would say they got down to the top 3 beers in about 45 minutes, and it was another 45 minutes to parse out one. So very, very, very great competition. Okay, so let's give a round of applause to all of our medal winners and our Best of Show. Excellent work.
Did you post score sheets?
I have not posted score sheets while I'm doing the presentation, but it won't be long afterwards. I did want to spend a little bit of time, because I've seen this on some of the BCOEM stuff, and again, since I'm kind of new, I just hadn't worked in a spreadsheet in a while, and I thought that'd be kind of fun. So I just did my own analysis of some of the things that were in there, and so I wanted to talk about, or just show individual team and club leaders, so this would be often like a high point type system. For my analysis, I counted teams as individuals, so I combined them. So in the individual and team, these were our high points. Jarrett and John first with 6 points. Brian and the Green family in second. Chris Daly and me tied for 3. It feels like this team thing might have some merit, dude. If we added up our points, so we should talk about that. So excellent work, everybody there. And you take all the points from the medals, and from a club standing, you heard the San Antonio Cervecero was called a lot, and so we had a tie for first between San Antonio and Denton with 11 points, followed by the Horsemen and Cap and Hare in third. So pretty exciting stuff there. Again, with all of those entries from all across the different states, it's also exciting to see some of the local clubs, placing well. So, excuse me. So congratulations there. Okay, next slide. Unofficial. Because I know nobody in this room is competitive or ever pays attention to this stuff. So I did go ahead and grab the North Texas, because I know John had updated it following the draft horse. So I did a little bit of manual calculation here. Again, this is unofficial. Once the results post, John will do what he does. And there is one more competition left. So this is an update, not a final standings. So on the individuals, here are your top 5. And I just want to call out, I know the draft horse results were last week. I mean, I wasn't sure if there was a medal that Sean Huggins didn't win in there. The man killed it. So he's killing it this year. Ben from San Antonio as well, and a nice blend there. Greg Smith, good to see you tied in for fifth. So the last competition will be the Santa Bee, which is a mead competition, and I think we heard earlier that's going to open Monday. We'll open on Monday, and did you say we'll be open for a couple of weeks? 2 weeks. So if you're in the mead making business, get into the Santa Bee competition. It will be opening here shortly. Last chance for points. So the next would be the team standings. Probably not a surprise here. Oddly, in first place, we have Jarrett, Steve Russell, and Mike back there. A new entry with their performance this week. Brian and Keith are now in there. I think you guys better make some mead. So that's pretty exciting. I also want to pause for a second here because there's really only one more slide. I do want to recognize Jarrett and John for their amazing performance at the National Homebrew Competition. Our Ninkasi winner, and the Ninkasi Award goes to the most accomplished scorer homebrew at the national competition. So very prestigious, very hard to win, very cool and very honorable to have somebody from our North Texas circuit, somebody's, Jarrett and John, to perform on that. So great job, guys. I have to say, I was a little worried when I saw that because I was like, was there a gold medal bidder? Like, did it not place in our competition? Because that got a feeling I might get a chewing on that one. So great job, guys, and you guys represent the state and the region really well. So fantastic, as do the Horsemen, one of the clubs of the year last year. So, all righty. In closing, so I just want to say thank you to everybody in this room that's here today. I hope everybody's having fun, enjoying. Everybody that entered, judged, stewarded, stuck bottle caps on bottles, sorted, pulled, whatnot. Everybody just, without the team that makes it happen, it just doesn't happen. I will post the results in the next couple hours. It might be in 15 minutes, after I finish that beer. But I just got to hit the button on BCOEM. So you in the room here, just enjoy your time. It would not be a fun party if you all ran to compare your score sheets and yell at Josh for his judging. 43. Also, BJCP points for judges. I've got all those on a spreadsheet. I'll work with Keith to get those uploaded next week. So for those of you that are counting your judge points, we will make sure everybody gets credit for the sessions that they judged. I hope to see a lot of these faces at Bluebonnet. Last Bluebonnet was my first Bluebonnet, so if I met you there, I probably didn't remember you because I was totally overwhelmed. But I'm going to try harder this year, so nice to meet many of you and see some faces, and looking forward to seeing many of you at Bluebonnet. And then lastly, congratulations to all the medalists. Just a really fabulous show. So with that, I leave you with two pieces of information. Thank you again. And 2025 is right around the corner. So get ready. Start working on those stouts and Scottish bears. Thank you all very much.
You done?
Yeah. And I believe that will conclude our webcast. See y'all, TV Land.
We'll shut it off in a
Internet Land.
second. I wanted to personally say, as the director for the first 5 years, this year was the best year we've had yet, number 6. Thank you, Tony, very much. You knocked it out of the park. We could not have done it without you. Seriously. Thanks you very
for
much.
the opportunity.
And we'll look forward, like you said, seeing y'all next year. We may have some discussions here in a short while. If you'll check the Denton County YouTube channel, we're trying to do a lot more share on that. So you can check us out at YouTube, Denton County Homebrewers Guild. You can find us there. Please, we are at 40, I think, subscribers. If we'd gotten to 50, we could have live streamed this from there. So if everybody will just go and subscribe, if you haven't already, we would sincerely appreciate it. As part of Bluebonnet, I've also shared other channels. Horsemen have a YouTube channel There's a thread going on the on the Bluebonnet Facebook page of different media streams for all the different clubs in the North Texas area in particular. We welcome San Antonio guys, CAA guys, all yet. Share us on there because you guys are all part of Bluebonnet. All of the local comps feed into North Texas, which then feeds into Bluebonnet. So that's the biggest single-site homebrew competition in the country. If you want to talk Bluebonnet stuff, we have the assistant director right there, Jarrett. I'm also the social media director for Bluebonnet this year. So again, all the clubs in North Texas, everybody pulls together and does a great job. So all these little local comps help to get us ready for that and pull towards that and build towards that. So, but we may have some discussion with North Texas Circuit and Bluebonnet stuff on the YouTube channels and the other social media streams here after a while. So I just want to make sure we mention that.
All right. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you all. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Well done.
Done. Whew. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congrats to you.